Right.
Hot dog is about to go ballistic. Oh, hang on. Just gonna have a hard job taking him out for a walk. What do you say?
Yeah, that will be a bit of a problem. Let's see.
Hot dog is about to go ballistic. Oh, hang on. Just gonna have a hard job.
Awesome. Right. Well, good evening, everybody on TheSuffolkRam.
I'm Middlemeister.
How did you get it?
Who's this guy?
Yeah.
Can we keep him?
Ah, well,
I'll feed him every day.
if we must.
I'm always here, I'm just normally off camera.
No, yeah. Occasionally we let him in camera, then we realise why we don't,
Yeah.
and then he has to
Does he
get
have
focus. Yeah. With his little great grandfather cardigan on.
Hey, I like this cardigan.
Yeah.
Got Pod Dog's lead off camera.
So Pod Dog's leads off. Pod Dog's about to go for a pod walk
Yeah.
down the pod pub
Yep, probably.
and the pod estate.
Gonna go take a pod dump.
Yeah.
On Pod Street.
We'll be putting the pod bag.
Yeah. We put in the pod bin. We lost in the pod space.
Yeah. And perhaps play some pod sticks.
Yeah.
Pod
Not
balls.
boosted. What? There's my pod wife. Look! Oh, you couldn't see it. You must
Stay.
step on everything.
I want to maintain that awe of mystery of what your wife looks like.
I saw her in the doorway now.
Yeah, but that's,
Yeah,
that's only a fleeting glance, though. It's not
True
enough
enough.
not enough to do it.
green screen it out.
Not enough to, not enough to do like a full reconstruction as of yet.
True.
Just wait till the AI gets on it.
Yeah, the facial facing feet.
Deep fake or whatever they call it.
That's terrifying.
Yeah. Isn't Tom's got the video on it?
No, I didn't see
You
it.
need to watch that because he tries and face swaps himself with Matt Parker. Yeah, the results are interesting. Anyway, I think, right.
Should we start this again?
Yeah, sorry. Good evening, TheSuffolkRam,
I'm Middlemeister.
Skazz.
and welcome to episode 83 of the Around Nerds podcast.
You got the shout.
Oh yeah, good shout. All this stuff got to edit out. Huzzah! Hello.
Bye.
Hey, hello. Yes, so we'll kick
Do
it
you want to
off.
start that again?
No,
Not again, Jesus.
no. We've done 3 goes, so we're not going to start again. So I've got a couple of games to talk about this month, so I'll kick off with just one, then we'll switch on to somebody else. So games I've been playing. The first one I've been playing this month is Delta Force Land Warrior.
Old.
Very old. 2000 old.
2000
Yes.
years
There are
old,
people-
or from 2000, you mean?
There are people who were born the year that came out who are now nearly able to vote.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's what's it's terrifying. Really,
Don't you
isn't
feel old when like people
I
who
do,
were born in, on the fucking the night of the millennium turning, right? They work with you now.
No, we haven't got anyone who does that yet. Most of them are still in the night.
I think we've got one, haven't we?
We have got
We've got
one.
one.
We have got one.
Congratulations on being old, man.
Yeah, it does
Yeah.
I do hate
Oh
that.
God, we're born last century.
Just think we'll be dead soon. That's great.
Well, you might.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
I'm planning to make it to 150, so.
Fucking hell.
So,
You're going for it, and do you want me to get you a bag and some nappies?
Yeah.
Mushed up food.
yeah.
So what's this grandpa game then?
Oh well, it's it's a really shit tactical shooter game.
Yeah, but it wasn't really shit back in the day.
Yes, it was actually quite very good back in the day. The idea is it's very much based, very patriotically American. It's about called Land Warrior because you're meant to be equipped the
No, you
latest.
finally realised I stood behind you.
You're basically
That's 3 seconds behind.
yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Right. Hackers, you can extract that photo there and perhaps create some false IDs or something.
Don't encourage them.
Yes, the idea is
1939, boys. You want to know how old I am? 1939. I'm looking incredible.
Good.
See you later.
See you later.
Have fun,
yeah.
Bye. So basically, the sort of idea around all its key feature was at the time was that
You got shot, you died.
No. The key sort of thing was that they have this. The Americans own this gun called the OICW, something infantry close combat. Anyway, it was like a silly rifle gun that was like had a built-in grenade launcher that held rounds and a scope it on, and basically a really fancy rifle. So Land Warrior is based around the idea that rifles been developed and you are the guy of the Land Warrior. unfortunately, I got cancelled a little while later, and they didn't stop developing it after a while. But we'll forget about that. So you start off, you get given a mission. Now, be fair, one of Delta Force's things it could do was the way its engine was set up is could have really massive levels. I mean, this was a game where you could literally walk like a kilometre away from like the battle zone, lay down and start sniping people into that battle zone, which was, well, at the time was no one else really did that, and indeed nobody does it now unless you play like PlanetSide or something like that. And even all the way through all to the later ones like Delta Force Black Hawk Down, which is the last sort of proper Delta Force I played. My favourite tactic as a sniper is to take the barrel at like 50 and literally just walk half a kilometre into the hills and just lay down on the side of the map and just start shooting into the map. And I love that. And you'd be out there, you occasionally spot someone else doing the exact same thing. You just sort of, and there aren't many first person shooting games you could do that. But overall, it's pretty shit. It is really shit. The AI is absolutely. I mean, comparing, I saw for what other games came off at the same time. Where you had Rainbow Six Rogue Spear, and the AI on that was lethal.
Was that 2000?
99. So it was the year before. And the AI on that was a far superior. I mean, it wasn't great, but the AI on this is basically, if it sees you, it'll randomly shoot in your direction in hopes that it may hit you. And it's got this lovely sort of great 90 things about it, so that when you shot back, they only had the animation, all death animations were from the standing position. So
even if they were prone?
If they're prone, you shoot, they just suddenly jump up and then die. They just flick, they just die and collapse on the ground, and they all basically only like, there's about, I think there's about 3 death animations about that. It's amazing. It's also one of those games which is like ridiculously easy to kill yourself. Like I threw a grenade and just instantly blew up and killed me. I tried to throw it down because there's no real, because you forget about the lack of physics in these old games. So modern games, you aim like, oh, I'll throw a grenade down that hole, you throw it, bounces down the hole, and down it goes. No, in this one it doesn't. It just sort of like sticks on the wall and explodes. You forget about that when you're, because they're such primitive physics. So yeah, it was pretty shit at the time. I remember getting it as a kid and love it because it was just this massive level which you could go explore and go around long distance.
Didn't we land there at college?
Not Delta Force, we didn't. You might have done, but we didn't. My group didn't do that.
I don't remember.
We'd land Operation Flashpoint then. We land Operation Flashpoint, and yeah, I'd argued with somebody over targeting requirements. I told him to fire his missiles into the village. His helicopter flew over and disappeared, and he complained he never target. I told him the target was the village, and he got really annoyed with me. Apparently that didn't count. Anyway, yeah, the AI is rubbish. The sort of level design is very the good old blocky box textures, and just walking around various squarish buildings that are just boxes basically.
Doom looked better.
A little bit, yeah. Well, it's obviously slightly higher res graphics, but yeah, basically it's almost the same layout, and you could look up and down.
So why did you decide to play it again?
Because I saw it. Because I remember playing it as a child, love it, and I really enjoyed it as a child. Because when you're a child,
do that.
When you're a child, it's stupid, and you think things you enjoy is dead, but
never do that.
Yeah, it doesn't hold up. Not like even Rogue Spear. You play it now. It's although yes, there was a lot more developed and have a lot more advanced features. It still holds up quite well for time. And if you look at Rogue Spear compared to Land Warrior, it's clear that they had a lot bigger budget because it's so much more sophisticated than Land Warrior is. But they churn out Delta Force games like they're like the Call of Duty of the day. They're like every year and a half you get another Delta Force game. They churn them out like mad.
They do bring. I sort of remember them. They ring a bell, but I don't think I ever played one.
The last one was Black Hawk Down. That was the last, and that was launched specifically to time with the Black Hawk Down film. So it was launched at the same time. And I really loved Black Hawk Down because they all came with mission editors, really easy to use mission editors. And at the time when that was coming out, there was the War of Art going on. So I was playing. I literally spent. With the mission editor, and to be fair, Black Hawk Down compared to Land Rover was a massive increase in quality. It was an immense increase. It was so much more polished and a lot better. And I remember playing. I was basically every time I saw her news store, I was making campaign missions based on what was going on in the news. I ended up making like a 35 mission campaign based on the war in Iraq because it's the same sort of roughly the same setting because it was set in Somalia and so it's quite deserty. And yes, I did that and then I properly installed a PC and forgot about it and never backed it up. Yes.
I've done that before too.
Yeah, sad.
No me.
But yeah, great. That was great fun. This one, I think you can just, and the mission is really freeform. You can literally just go in there, dump a load of buildings, put a load of mob. I mean, it's silly because the AI is so stupid. To make it a challenge, you literally put you up against 50 of them. But even that isn't really a challenge. You can know it's when you die, it's more through bad luck rather than bad judgment.
You walked into a bullet.
Yeah, it's more. It's just that one time the dice rolled and the AI rolled a 20 instead of a 1 to 19, and that 20 said it should hit you. So it's just.
All that time you were walking down a hill, and all of a sudden both of your legs got broken. And
And one thing I didn't know about at the time that I now found out now is it cheats. It spawns enemies.
Oh, annoying.
Now I didn't realise that at the time, but actually there was one bit when I So beer being opened. Ah, good. There was one bit where I went round a corner, shot someone. As I came back round, there's a guy standing there. I shot him, obviously. I thought to myself, what if he just run from somewhere? Perhaps he just followed me, because they will sort of, sometimes they will move. Most of them, they just stand there. But some of them, they will sometimes move and will sometimes sort of semi-chase you, but not by much. I thought perhaps just ran thing. Well, I accidentally killed myself, so I played the game. Well, that's not true. I did actually. At that time, I got killed by somebody else. Well, I saw in a corner. I started watching him do the animation to throw a grenade. Before he sort of got off his belt, I shot him. But of course, the game doesn't care about that. He was throwing a grenade, and the animation happened sort of like just anyway. So the grenade.
All of a sudden, he forced the fall. The grenade goes. Whee!
Well, no, I thought I go great. So, but to know what this game was like, I thought I'm going to go hide on a corner. So I'm going to go for a few seconds. Nothing happens. Thinks, oh, that's fine. Walk around. Boomf. I was like, that's a long time on that grenade. So that was all good. But then we did it again, same bit, walk around, and the air was in the exact same position. I thought, yeah, you just spawned there. I thought that's a bit sneaky, spawning AI, and yeah, you eventually leave, and the whole level will just be covered with little red X's on your little mini map, where you just killed everybody. It's got some limited amount of fun. There's a sort of amount of fun of. It's just such a simple shooter, and you can just run. It's designed to be a tactical shooter, but to be honest, you can virtually run and gun it and play it as like Quake. You can virtually do that. I was going to have this thing where like has wind, and its big thing at the time was that you had to take account wind and also distance, which most games are a hit scan. Even the sort of like tactical ones was. I think Rainbow Six was hit scan, the original ones. So the idea had taken into account wind and so forth. Playing it again, I've never noticed that actually being a problem. I've never actually. I still suspect it's hit scan, but just like makes you think it isn't. But I've never had to adjust my scope even at long distance and what have you. Just particularly I was aiming for the head anyway, so more naturally aim high anyway, and it's pretty much one hit, one kill anyway. So for the enemies, so I just want to play a bit of the soldier really, because I thought I remember as a kid and. I picked up the Steam sale for like 99 pence or something, so I'm not going to default to it, but yeah, it's shit.
It's good to know.
Cool. So, shall we meet the strange one?
Yeah, but this is more because I've been buying a lot of indie games and just playing the first hour or so, but one I've decided to land on is Owlboy, which recently came out PC 2 years ago, and I was so jealous.
Was it 2 years ago?
It was at least 2 years ago, yeah.
No.
Yeah, at the very
Has
least.
everyone got a phone that's turned on?
I'm pretty sure, because we're 2018 early now, aren't we? I'm pretty sure that's a good 2 years ago.
Ram, do a search.
Sorry for the tappity tap we're now going to have.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure it was 2 years ago, because I remember reading about it. Because I was desperate to buy it, and I couldn't because it was PC, and I was like, oh, I really want to play that game.
2016, November 2016.
November 2017, so it's a year and a bit.
Yeah, getting that way, but yeah. But anyway,
Fucking hell, I don't remember having it that long.
Yeah,
Well, I've got that on the PC.
Because I'm a big fan of sort of Metroidvania games, but sometimes they're a little hit and miss. But this one, I don't really know why, but I think because it's such a good looking game, like that pixel art, they've done such a nice job of that. And the music as well. I really love.
I've got the soundtrack.
Yeah, the music is absolutely outstanding. Jesus, and like it starts out with you as a sort of a young owl boy.
Otis.
Yeah, Otis is your name, and you're trained by a sort
Do you
of.
grow up into an owl bear?
No, you get trained by a. I think it's your father or father figure, and you're not really very good.
No.
You're kind of a little bit useless, really.
Well,
And
you're
you
a
kinda-
kid.
By a little bit useless, you mean you
He's
are
completely
fucking...
and utterly hopeless. Yeah. He's just like an outcast because he just can't do anything. He gets bullied because of it. And you really, that's not like he's an obnoxious kid or anything. You really feel for him.
Yeah.
Essentially,
Well, even if you try to do things right, the game just purposely makes you
it
fail.
won't let you there. Like you try, like one of the first tests is to fly up to a ledge, and you fly and he can't quite make it, and he falls down, and there's all these little things that an owl is supposed to be, and he doesn't hit any of that
can't
criteria.
quite make it.
No, but he
And
really
they really
wishes
do-
he could.
And they really make him feel like shit. In the
Yeah,
process.
like you really feel for him, and that's another reason why I wanted to play it, because the story is emotional and meaningful, and you don't always get that with many games. And there's another one made, like the entire game is made by one guy, even the music and everything, from what I remember reading. And that's really, it really is a stunning looking game, and I love that pixel art.
2D
Kind of
pixel art Metroidvania style game with a flight mechanic, and you can pick up side characters or sub characters to act as weapons. Or
Yeah, you sort of carry their ability as you carry them.
Yeah.
Which is a really nice feature. And that's I found a lot of Metroidvania games I get stuck really easily, but this one sort of so far anyway, only like the first sort of couple of hours, but a lot of the puzzles and sort of forward momentum kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
So far, so you kind of always feel like if you do get stuck, it's your own damn fault. It's not like bad game design.
Yeah, for sure.
And this, I was worried that would be disappointing because I bought it on the Switch, I should point out.
Alright.
Which seems like a really good fit for that with the small screen. And
on the Switch?
yeah, 2 days ago it came out on the Switch.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, and it's really stunning on the small screen. That's all I played. I just played it on that because it looks so good on the small small screen like that. And
the pixel art scale really well anyway. So.
yeah, exactly. It looks great on the small.
Have you
sizes.
tried with headphones on for the soundtrack?
No, but I think I will do because that really is. Yeah, you can't overstate how good the music is for that game.
The soundtrack is really fucking good.
Yeah, not just stunning, but fits perfectly as well.
Yeah,
with everything
you
that's
really,
going on.
you really get kicked in the feels during some of those tracks.
Yeah. And considering that small pixel art sort of characters, you really get a lot from those characters as well. Like they have,
There's quite a bit of detail in them.
yeah, and they have an immense amount of sort of personality. Like I've said, I've only played 2 hours, but Otis is somebody you really feel for. You have that one who's always dressed in green, who kind of takes control of the defence, so he has the cannons and
he's got those, he looks like one of the characters he looks like one of the characters out of Mega Man Battle Network.
Yeah, he's sort of, I mean, that sort of character, and you already identify his personality. There's a father figure character, and you kind of feel like he's a bit of a hard ass, but he does care about Otis. And then also, which is really cool, is there's pirates in it as well. They're the baddies, but you kind of fly away from your home to an owl like an owl temple at the early part of the game, because pirates have taken over.
Sanctuary.
Yeah, I almost said owl sanctuary. But
You fly to local barn.
Yeah. And it's kind of partly your fault. I thought it was a bit harsh that they expected him to look out for pirates and warn everybody, but it's kind of a little bit your fault. And then you have to,
It's a little bit your fault.
It's a little bit
you could, the one job you had to do was just to look for things.
you were the lookout, yeah.
And you didn't succeed at that. That's not a little bit. That's
Yeah, but if you're gonna give the lookout job to someone, give it to the insomniac, not the kid that fails picking up a jar or flying.
Yeah, but perhaps he had good
But-
eyesight.
To be fair, he was chasing a bad guy. He was chasing this guy who keeps messing with everybody. So in that sense, you were doing the right thing, but at the wrong time.
Yeah.
So he's leave him alone, all right?
Yeah.
Enough time.
Leave fucking Otis alone,
then. Yeah.
Poor little fucker.
But I think it's supposed to last about 9 and 10 hours, and I can't wait to just sit down properly and give it a really good playthrough, because so far I absolutely loved it, and I've been waiting for it for so long. Well, a year and a half, not 2 years now, but
To be fair, Cyberpunk though, what, 2006, 6, 7? It was starting to develop. It's been developed a long time.
Yeah, it took a very long time to do it because it's like
seriously,
just
if
like
you
one
look
guy.
at the pixel art, it's fucking beautiful. The sheer amount of detail in some of those sprites is ridiculous.
Nothing like beautiful pixel art.
I mean, I'd have that put on. I would have some of the backgrounds in Owlboy just put on my wall. It looks really good. It's probably some of the best pixel art I've seen. Because you know, like everyone praised Shovel Knight a couple of years ago.
Yeah, which I did like.
Nothing compared to Owlboy.
No. Owlboy's like...
A lot of people said that Iconoclast.
Really.
Is it Iconoclast or whatever?
The new one, yeah.
That looks really nice. Again, though, nothing compared to Owlboy.
No, because it's so artistic as well as it's been technically proficient
Owlboy
in that
is the
style.
one that kind of... That's the new kind of one you have to try and dethrone as far as good pixel art is concerned, in my opinion.
Yeah, but it's not just a pretty face either, is it?
No, it plays
the gameplay,
well.
like you
Music's
said, the
good.
music is stunning, and the characters and the story are all so like it's all coming together really well so far. I can't wait to get through it. So obviously not a review, but a first impression.
I want to go through it on my Steam machine at some point. I want to see how that plays on a Steam controller.
Yeah, I can see that working well on there. I did try it on TV and it works fine on. It looks great, brilliant.
Does
on
it have
big
like
on telly.
shoehorned in motion controls now? Or?
No motion control so far. Yeah, I know. Yeah, no, they haven't. Because it's not Nintendo made, they haven't worried about it.
Cool.
£18 though, it wasn't cheap.
No, it wasn't cheap on PC either, to be fair.
Yeah.
But, in the grand scheme of things, with the, I think I got it with the soundtrack, so I think I might have paid a bit more, but it's still a good game. Well, I personally think it's worth the money. I think like Iconoclast and that and Shovel Knight was really expensive too, in the £15 range.
Yeah.
For the amount of time you're going to get out of Owlboy and I think it's totally worth it.
Yeah.
I might have to get it on the Switch just so I've got it in my bag.
It is lovely on that machine. Yeah, I do love that.
Is it
Switch
digital
thing.
only or is it got?
I did look for it on Amazon and places like that, and so far digital only is the only one I
That's
can
fine.
see.
That's not a problem for me because I went digital only after I thought the game should buy a bullet.
Yeah, that's not very few. It won't take up much memory or anything like that. Though.
No.
That's not an issue with it.
Well, I hope pixel art don't take up too much memory, but then again, some of us
not a lot of voice work or any of that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Speech bubbles and everything.
Depends how many tiles, isn't it?
Well,
but yeah, so far so amazing, really.
Cool.
so far so amazing.
Yeah.
So, Skazz, you been up to anything game-wise?
Oh, I haven't really had much of a chance to play anything for technical reasons.
They are.
So last podcast I talked about Monster Hunter World, didn't I?
Yes.
I played some more Monster Hunter World, and then my PlayStation 4 broke.
Yay.
Well, it was breaking back when I was last playing, so did I complain about the crashes back then?
Yes, you did. You said you get beat.
Hell yeah! Turns out it's my PlayStation. Tried it on the wife's PlayStation, game works fine, but on mine I can literally get booted twice in 15 minutes.
It seems like a strange issue that does. Yeah.
And no one can seem to figure it out. So the other day I decided I was going to go through the process of putting the PlayStation into safe mode. I'd rebuild the databases. I'd do all the little things that it tells you to do and the supports.
That was like a fresh install.
Well, no, that's what I did. That's what I did last. That's like the last resort. Because there's one where it says, yes, you can reinitialize the system, which will wipe the system, but literally just delete the user profiles and the games and the saves and stuff. I went the next level. I went, fuck it, kill it with fire. Plugged in a memory stick with the latest system software on it, and just wiped the whole thing. The drive. If the only way that could have got any more clearer would have been putting in a new hard drive and then doing the initialization because, did it fix my problem? No, it fucking didn't. I spent a day doing that, maybe a day and a half. Sorting all that stuff out. Because I had a lot of data on my place. In the end, I barely backed up a handful of my saves and some of the share stuff at the PlayStation video things that you can do. But the rest of it, I just wiped it. I deleted all my games, most of my saves, the whole fucking lot. And I was like, okay, we'll take it. Because at first, I just deleted the game, reinstalled it. That took a while. Didn't fix it. Did the databases. Didn't fix it. Wiped the system. After doing some of the little backups, didn't fix it. So it looks like my PlayStation 4's on the way out. Not a big deal though, because Well, I've been playing with the Steam machine, or dicking around with the Steam
Yeah.
machine. So
An actual, I'm talking about actual proper Steam machine rather than like just running out of Steam big picture mode.
that's an actual SteamOS box that
Cool.
you saw in my little room. So I sorted out that laptop that I mentioned, like, not last podcast, but the podcast before. And I basically decided I was going to use that for all of my stuff, like work and all that kind of stuff. And play, well, I had all these kind of spare machines just laying about. I was like, well, there's barely anything on what used to be my work and render machine. Right, and that also used to be my game machine anyway. But I copied over the handful of things that I needed, so it was about 30 gigs worth of data to put on over to the laptop. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to try and install SteamOS. Not an entirely smooth process, like most things I do, but it is pretty straightforward until you realise that one of the files you need to copy over is hidden by default.
Nice.
So, well, if you're on Windows, it's not hidden, but if you extract the file on Linux, it's hidden because it's dot whatever the file name is, and dot whatever the file name is hidden by default. So you've copied everything except one of the main files it needs.
Nice.
But in the end I found an ISO image, put that onto a memory stick, installed it. That still had issues. If you are going to install SteamOS and you have issues with it not installing Grub, format the hard drive that you are going to install it onto first. Don't necessarily expect the Steam installer to do a proper format on it, because for some reason it was failing on mine until I actually went out and formatted it. Formatted it, installed it, and you know what, it actually works really fucking well. For an operating system based on Debian, and it literally is Debian with GNOME Shell, and then it'll say, right, now we've got the Steam launcher, and it just default launches into Big Picture.
Because they said the reason they were launching SteamOS was the idea was it was meant to be more efficient because they're going to like code it at like the kernel mode to like be more efficient for like get drivers and so forth. Because the thing, have you noticed any performance difference to say just using big picture mode on a normal box?
Well, let's put it this way: some games that didn't work on my Arch box, or I had issues with on my Arch box, for example, Long Dark, weren't there with SteamOS. Is it quicker? I couldn't really say. Are there issues with it that weren't there on my Arch box? Yes. So when you've got SteamOS, all you literally have is big picture mode. If you want to know what SteamOS is like, just go to your Steam client, hit the big picture icon in the top corner, and that will launch big picture mode. That's all you've got.
It's like the console version of Steam.
Yeah. So the bugs, if you go to the browser, not all web pages scroll. Twitch TV, for example, no scrolling. Playing back some video content doesn't work. Here's a fix for you though. So if you go to like Twitch TV and it says renderer issue or renderer error, go back into Steam, go to the store and go to a game. Then go to broadcasts. What that might be in your library, wherever it is, just go to broadcast and play a random broadcast of a game. Then go back to the browser, like just click it, load up the video, close it, and then go back to the browser. There you go, renderer works now.
Just really just like to code it properly, obviously.
Yeah.
Or something, yeah.
But you never have to do that again.
So if someone had a spare machine
Mm-hmm.
and their choice is to either use like a stream box, just still say either Windows or Linux on and use as a streaming box, or put SteamOS on it, what would you advise them to do? It's a spare machine, so let's say they've got a main Linux or Windows machine anyway, they just want to use make a little streaming box up.
If you've got a main rig already, SteamOS.
Yeah.
If you don't, and you already have a sizable Steam library, Windows it. Because SteamOS is not going to play all of your games. It just won't. It will only run the games that have been compiled for Linux. That library's getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
But a lot of people say Linux ain't got any games. Well, what hasn't it got? Oh, well, I play GTA or Overwatch. It's like, so because it hasn't got like 3 big games, you instantly say that every other game on the platform is crap.
Yeah.
Well, we haven't got any. it's not as useful as a home theatre PC. So if you've got a machine and you're just going to run Linux, Windows, or a Hackintosh, that might be more useful for you because you'll have a full-fledged browser. You'll have access to Netflix and Hulu and Crunchyroll and email and all that. You'll have a full-blown PC experience. SteamOS, as you said, is literally Steam as a console.
Yeah.
For that, it works really quite well.
Yeah.
There are a few game breaker bugs. One, but I don't know if it's just me on my machine. I'll go through the bugs in a second. Actually, no. Whilst I've got them fresh in my head, I'll do them now. Right. So I've talked about the renderer.
Yep.
The store page. If you go to a game that's rated 18, you have to put in there's like a gate guardian in there. You have to put in your age and then go.
And you do that. Just does 1st January, like 1912.
If you do that on SteamOS, on my install at least, it will just go okay and then refresh the age gate. So you can't
get past it.
Nope. Once you buy it, like you can buy the game on your phone or on a desktop or whatever, it's fine. But on my install of SteamOS, that doesn't.
Is it smart enough, like the Steam stores? Is it smart enough to only show you games by default that are for SteamOS? Is it smart for that, or do you still have to filter it?
From what I have seen in my brief time looking around the store, Steam compatible.
So if it's not, it won't show up on the store.
Sure, but then whatever. Because then at the end of the day, you could buy it and then tell it to install on your main machine and then have it stream over.
What I'm visualizing is someone having that as their gaming machine. They're going to have SteamOS rather than having another machine. Perhaps they build this. They want to go store. I want to buy that game. Then I'm
going to say, well, it will tell you that it won't run on SteamOS before you even buy it.
Oh, that's good.
Same with games in your library. It won't even let you attempt to install them. It just says no, you can't play this.
That's something anyway.
So there was that. So the age gate, the renderer. Was there another one? Occasionally videos don't load in the store, but that's not that big of a deal. Because Steam on Linux isn't ideal for that kind of stuff, as you've seen when I've run my stuff, tried to full screen things and it breaks. Controller profiles work fine. Can't think of any of the other bugs off the top of my head.
Are Steam machines still a thing? As in, like,
yeah, you still have.
Yeah, are they still Dixie overpriced?
Oh hell yeah, and it's old hardware too.
They were so strange. I had no idea who they were really marketed for, those Steam machines.
No, that's the big problem. See, the thing is, for Steam to try to, because the whole, if you're going to do a SteamOS, you're virtually trying to be a Steam console. In which case, you've got to be the same or cheaper than the equivalent console. They went the wrong way. They went, let's build ultra super PCs at the time, which they're not at the now at the time, they're ultra super PCs and sell them for £1,500.
Yeah.
That was a mistake. They should have made a reasonable spec machine, which you could do for like 200, 300 quid, and then you've got something that can say to people, hey, buy this, make sure you ship it with a controller by default, and buy this, guys, and you can have all these games cheap in the library and off you go.
I would have been interested in that for things like Football Manager and Civilization and stuff like that. So that would have
Civ is on Linux, Football Manager is on Linux.
Yeah.
So, two of the main games that you would play on it are on it.
Yeah. That's the other thing.
Owlboy is on it.
Yeah.
That's the other thing I've got to say to you. What games do you play? And look, does the game from that publisher, say most people say the publisher you generally pay from, for example, do they also support Linux? Because they don't. No point in even looking at Steam machines.
Which is that is kind of one of the big things.
I'm going to put a guess. I would imagine then games like which have their own separate launchers, like Ubisoft games that launch up Uplay. I'm guessing they don't work at all.
No, because there's no Linux ports of those games.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Let me think, what games have I tried? Some games aren't ideal on SteamOS. So, Trine, for example. Remember the Trine series?
Yeah.
Okay. You launch Trine and it comes up with the whole, what do you want, 720p, high graphics, whatever. It comes up with that little launcher box, doesn't it? Right? That breaks in SteamOS if the controller isn't configured properly, or if you haven't got a keyboard there.
Right.
Immortal Redneck, as an example. If you die in Immortal Redneck and the controller isn't configured properly, because it's by default the control pad set up as half control pad, half mouse, half mouse and keyboard. If you die, you can't hit OK to continue unless you reconfigure one of the buttons to be a left click, or you can completely configure the control pad to be all control pad or whatever. So not flawless. There's still a bit of tweak in there. As a bonus,
that sounds more like those kind of like game issues, less.
Yeah, well, it's the trouble is the games weren't programmed with SteamOS in mind.
No.
SteamOS is trying to consoleize all of these PC games in one way or another, without the developer having to have any hand in this at all. So, for example,
and it sounds like it's done a valiant effort, but it's never going to be perfect.
No. But you can install third-party games.
Oh, cool. Well,
so
Linux compatible, obviously.
Yeah, if they're Linux compatible. So if there's a Linux launcher, there are ways to install third-party games. I've installed a couple myself. If you fiddle about a bit, you can even get away with installing Wine on a Steam box and running your Windows games on there and putting them into the SteamOS launcher, the big picture launcher.
Have you tried putting like other Linux software into the Steam launcher to see if it will run?
Yes.
Does it?
Yes.
So you can actually run like a word processing, like LibreOffice will run.
Yeah. Anything that has a .desktop file in your user shared applications folder can be added as a shortcut. You know how you can add external games to Steam on PC? Same thing on Linux. Just do the same thing, and then it'll just.
Have you tried then? You mentioned issues with the Steam's browser. Have you tried a third-party browser like?
Well, if you really wanted to, so this is both a positive and a negative. You can go to the settings of your Steam box, and it will say enable desktop mode. And so you can then go to the shutdown icon in the top corner, and it will say, do you want to exit to desktop mode, do you want to reboot, do you want to shut down? Exit to desktop mode, bam, full-blown Linux desktop.
Oh, cool.
It's right there, so if you want to, you can.
So basically, it is literally just a Linux distro that just auto-starts Steam Big Picture mode and loads. It's not like they've shut it or cut it out.
They have cut a hell of a lot out. They have, like I said, it was based on Debian, which I think is Debian 8.1 at this point. You don't have the Debian repos on there. You have Steam's Brewmaster repos on there, which have next to no software in them. But you do get your default browser, you get a little text editor and stuff like that. You get enough to get by, kind of thing. You can install Debian repos on there if you want to. You can turn it into a full fat Linux box if you want to.
But at that point, you might as well just install Linux and just put Steam on it.
Yes.
So.
It's nice though. It works. I do have a complaint with the way that desktop mode works. If you boot into if you go into desktop mode, let's say for example I've randomly configured a game and it keeps on taking screenshots. Right, it's not saving the screenshots into my Steam screenshots library because I'm not pressing the Steam screenshot button. I'm pressing the in-game screenshot button. If I want to delete those screenshots, I have to go into desktop mode, and then I literally have to command line to get rid of them. I have to sudo rm whatever.
You can't go into
I can't
Steam.
I can't delete them because they are in a different user space to the one that the desktop mode gives you. So it's not a problem because I know command line. I know my way around the command line all right. But
to be fair, for the average user, probably wouldn't care.
No, for sure. I mean, you're going to end up with like a 500 gig hard drive, 4 terabyte hard drive, whatever, and you will just fucking fill it with games, and the screenshots and stuff will never matter.
Yeah,
you'll never see it.
Worst of all, you probably can delete local content anyway from the game settings anyway. I'd imagine probably get rid of it that way.
I don't know if that's not an option on some of the games I've played, but but either way, that's another one of my little gripes. But it works. I've actually broken it as well, but by faffing around in the command line whilst trying to get third-party games running, and by broke it just kind of annoyed me that I accidentally face rolled the wrong password. So it says like, "Hey, set a password." It's like, okay, type it again, and I must have like typed the whole thing one key row over, or one row over, or one row up, because I got the password wrong. So, do you know how easy it is to restore a Steam machine?
It's either going to be ridiculously easy or silly hard.
Right, so pay attention because I don't want you to miss anything. Reboot the machine, or if it's stone dead, boot the machine. Start tapping escape. And as soon as it comes up to the grub menu, like where it'll just come up with the Steam logo, do you want to restore? Or do you want to launch Steam? Do you want to go to SteamOS? Do you want to create a restore point? Do you want to restore from a restore point, or do you want to load up the thing that makes a backup of your entire machine? And you go restore, and it goes, okay, cool, restore, bam, there's the last one you made. And it puts it up, and then there's your machine, it's back. All your games are still there, all your saves are still there, it literally just goes over the main OS files.
Oh, cool.
So, if you ever break a Steam machine, it's pretty easy to fix.
That's good.
For a lot of people who bought Steam machines back when Alienware made theirs, you'll see, if you look in the Steam machine reviews, people will be like, "Oh, well, I got the Steam machine that doesn't play any of my games, what a stupid thing, blah, blah, blah." They start crying that it doesn't play, like, whatever it doesn't play the new AAA games. It's like, and then they say, "Just install Windows on it, you'll thank me later." It's like, well, then why did you buy a Steam machine? You could have just bought that
game PC.
You could have bought that little PC from Alienware because they sell a Windows version anyway.
Yeah.
Why did you buy the Steam machine version, which was clearly marketed as a Linux box?
Yeah.
And I just think some people went a bit retard on it. They went full retard and just started banging their head against the desk. One bloke wrote a review on it. He said he recommended it. He bought it for his kids. Just bought them a consoleized version of Steam. So the only thing he had to do was basically do what I did and write some scripts to get a third-party game running. He put Minecraft on there. He said initially the kids were a bit grumpy with the control pad. He said, but after a while they got used to it and were playing it like a, like a regular whatever. I mean, I can play vanilla World of Warcraft on my Steam machine with a Steam controller. Like that control pad will it will bind everything I need on that control pad to play World of Warcraft. As if I had a keyboard and mouse.
That's not bad going. That's one of the advantages of the Steam controller, because it's such an open bit of software. It's both its biggest advantage and its biggest curse as well. But then you can say that's like Linux in general, isn't it? Yeah. It's the fact that it's so customised is both a massive advantage, but also its biggest curse.
Yeah, because you can never really be sure that you've got it optimised perfectly for every which environment. Kind of like the Long Dark when I played that on my Arch machine, it wouldn't launch at all until you tweak the launch parameters. And then it would have another render issue where it wouldn't come up with that splash screen. Still happens on the Steam machine, but you just hit the A button on the control pad and it goes. Yeah. Rather than having to configure different things, and it just goes. Yeah. But yeah, nice machine. My Steam machine is worth. You could build one just like mine for 250 quid.
There you go.
So quad core i5 with a 1050 Ti and 8 gigs of RAM, and I can play everything. And if it had Windows on it, just so you get the idea of the kind of power of it, it could play Doom 2016 on Ultra at 1080p over 70 frames a second.
All you have to do is you have to ping me across your specs and I'll put them in the show notes. So anyone who wants to, they can. Yep.
You can get the same kind of machine, 250 quid, wonderful little console experience. I've been playing on it near enough every day, just kind of dicking around with it, even just seeing how well I can break it.
Yeah.
Because it's so easy to restore.
Yeah.
I might have to pay you to make me one.
Yeah, mate, it's absolutely, it's a brilliant little box. Really fun little box. And if you don't mind looking at the Steam library,
the PlayStation Pro probably.
Yes, actually, yeah. The Xbox One X just tops me out. It's got what, a 10, and then it's basically got the equivalent of a GTX 1060, hasn't it? And the Xbox One X. Yeah. Whereas I've got a 1050 Ti in mine, so you just top me out in graphics performance, but otherwise I'm there. Yeah. But yeah, it's a nice little machine. As long as you don't start crapping over it because it hasn't got all of the Windows games in it, then it's a good little machine.
Like I say, I'm basically using it for Football Manager and that sort of thing. If I went for one of those, so.
Well, of course, the advantage of being a Steam machine, you can just plug a keyboard and mouse into it as well.
Yeah. Hello, hot dog again.
Is that pedal?
So you can just use it as a Steve, so you can do that. Cool.
Have you been playing anything else?
I have
SteamOS.
this afternoon.
Oh.
I played through Abzu.
That's a diving one, isn't it?
Yeah,
The diving game, yes. The swimming game, yes.
Swimming game.
Let's be fair though, the best swimming game, or one of the best swimming games, is Endless Ocean. Do you ever play that?
No.
We need to remove plug dog.
I think we need to remove it.
Oh, maybe not.
He's just saying he's heard of Endless Ocean.
Apologies to our listeners' ears.
Oops.
I will equalise that out.
If you're here live, oops.
Sorry.
Oh wait, you can't hear me. What's sign language for sorry? Oh, hang on. What?
That's quite maybe that is. That's mocking someone.
What was my son said? That's thank you.
Yeah.
Was it sorry? I don't remember. I'll probably just call someone a cunt. I don't know.
What sign I fucked up?
I have no idea.
I fucked.
Yeah, I was going to say. Something to do with that, anyway.
GG.
Yeah, so it's a swimming game. It's a little exploration game. It's a game to play whenever you're drunk and you can't really control things very easily, or you're tired. Don't go into expecting like a really hardcore puzzle game which requires split reactions. It does require some degree of finesse because the controls are awful, but don't go into expecting that. It's just a fun little game to play for. It literally will take you about an hour and a half. Maybe. Apparently, if you really go in depth with all the collectibles, it takes you about 3 hours. So don't expect much from it. So don't pay a lot for it. Get on sale, because if I paid the price, I can't remember how much they're charging. I think they charge like £8-9 for it. That's a bit much for me for 90 minutes worth of just swimming about. So pretty. It looks it's very pretty. It's definitely got a lot of it's really a game about swimming through the oceans, but they've really sort of gone with it and try and make it's very eventful as you're going around. So the bits like you'll find yourself swimming with like sort of, what is it, a shoal of whales you have, where you groups of whales together in a shoal. Pack.
It's a shoal of fish. I don't think it's a shoal of whales,
I don't know, pride, I don't know.
More than one whale.
Lots of whales. You'll throw lots of whales and you're sort of with them, and they'll be with them. You'll also be following along with them. They'll be swimming past, and they'll be eating fish as you go past, and they'll be doing all roles. So it's very pretty. It's a very pretty game. And basically, you're just a diver, and you're sort of swimming through the ocean and watching things. You're following this great white shark. And just occasionally you'll come across these like glowy things, and you'll go into them, and there'll be like a strange, otherworldly temple. And if you go and you sort of like walk up to the temple and actually sort of like somehow sort of transfer your energy into the temple, then it's sort of like everything around you goes nice again. It turns sort of like from the dark depressing to really nice. And it's like these big alien pyramid things sort of like destroying the world, and it gets a bit weird later on, but I mean, there's no real explanation for what's going on, no real story. You literally just dive through the ocean. It's a really, there were some like, well, that's really pretty moments into it, and there's some really like, you get caught in a jet stream, you sort of fly around. It's about experiencing it rather than necessarily after a huge in-depth gameplay elements to it. It's literally swimming. Controls are very good. I've tried both pad controller and keyboard.
By controller you mean Steam controller?
Steam controller, yeah. I ain't got Xbox controllers, I can't try that. PlayStation controller doesn't work on a PC as far as I'm aware of, without hacking.
No, it does.
Oh, it works natively now, does it?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Steam has built-in support.
Oh, that's cool. No, well, I'll do Steam controller anyway. So you basically have to. Your dive is controlled by, you actually have to physically angle your dive using WASD, so you angle up and down, you sort of turn left and right, and then right mouse button makes you can't reconfigure the controls either, they're fixed. I know it's not major, but you can't.
Right.
The best you can do is unchange it, uninvert them, because by default it's like a plane, so pushing
down goes up.
Yeah. Well, I switched off the invert, so it wasn't doing that because I found it really irritating.
In that kind of game I could handle the invert. If it was a shooter I can't have that.
Well, I switched that off, and just floating back and forth, and yeah, the controls took a while to get used to, and when you have to sort of, luckily there's nothing in it that requires it's like high degree of accuracy. There's a few bits where you have to sort of like navigate past like sort of mines, as it were, to get past them, but most of the time you can do that by wall hugging. Just literally put it into the wall, just follow the wall, and they'll guide you around. So there's not a lot where, and to be fair, the mines they don't kill you, they just sort of hinder you slightly, so they're not well if you pick them up. So you can't die, and it's not a very peaceful game. So yeah, I mean it was enjoyable for the 90% player. I enjoyed it, but yeah,
buy when it's on sale.
Yeah, definitely get it when it's on sale.
It's available on PlayStation and PC.
Get it on sale, get a bit pissed, have fun.
I was a bit wound up that hasn't come out on Linux yet. I would have liked to
have.
No, I don't think so. I would have liked to have played it.
I think one of the guys who made it was involved in making Journey.
Yeah, I was going to say it's very
guy, but yeah, not quite as spiritual.
Yes, it's the spiritual. There is a not a sequel, but it's the main guy who does it is, you're right, is from Journey.
Yeah, similar kind of idea. Journey underwater.
No, doesn't look like it, unfortunately. So currently on Steam, Abzu is selling for $7.49. Normal price is $14.99. That's a lot for 90 minutes of gameplay.
Yeah,
that is a hell of a lot. So I couldn't recommend it. To be fair, anything less than a $5, I would say fine, but I couldn't recommend it above that. Yeah, Windows only by the looks of it, unfortunately. But yeah, maybe we'll come up very short on what do you call it? Cool. Right. Any other games before we move on?
No.
So next is TV. I've been watching a series. I've been watching some anime.
Oh my god.
I know, amazing.
I don't know what the fuck's that.
I know. And I'm watching subtitled anime as well.
Oh my god. Well, two things have now shocked me. One, you're watching anime. Two, you can read?
Yeah, I know, it's amazing. I had to go, it's very simplified, so I can handle it. I've been watching Attack on Titan.
Oh my god. Can I throw out there as one that I haven't watched?
Is it really?
No, I haven't watched it.
Yeah.
I've watched it!
Have you?
Yeah, it's good!
There you go.
My wife
has watched it.
Yeah. I've got to ask a question about animes, okay? Do they all have ridiculously long title sequences?
No.
Because everyone I've watched all has like a title that lasts about 20 hours.
Well, some of them do, and then they have extended intros because obviously there's a full blown song that goes with the intro.
Yeah, this sort of intro is like by the time you have like the sort of the catch up from the previous episode, then the sort of intro, and then you have the outros where you've only got about 18 minutes worth of outros.
So then that's actually the same with most cartoons these days, anyway, not just anime.
Yeah,
so
it's just I notice it more on the animes probably.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's set in sort of. It's not made clear. I don't think it's not made clear it's set in our world or fantasy world, and the humans are living in these behind basically 100 years prior to the series starting. All of a sudden, these giant things called Titans appear. And they're just massive people. They start from like I think 4 meters tall up to about 15 meters tall, and they basically just all they want to do is eat humans. That's all they want to do, just eat humans. No, they don't need to. They actually don't have full digestive systems.
What a bummer.
And they don't eat any other animal. They just want to eat humans. They're just driven for no real reason. So humanity got sort of severely knocked back. And eventually managed to retreat behind these walls. They retreat on these 3 walls, of which the outside wall is called Wall Maria, I think. The inside wall, there's another wall inside called Wall Rose. There's one inside that which I can't remember the name of. And they basically correspond to sort of the layers of society. The real inner ones, which are the most secure because you've got to get through 3 layers. So
rich people.
Which is where the government sort of sits and so forth. Then there's like the outer wall, which is like sort of the rich people, and there's like the exterior wall, which is where the farms mainly are, and so forth. But there's only about 1.5 million people living in this whole place. It's very much sort of, I'd say, looking at sort of technology level, it's probably sort of like 1800, sort of like 1700s, 1800s. You know, they're very basic technology. They've got a certain degree of sort of medical skill. They have the most sophisticated thing they've got cannons, or Napoleonic cannons. The government actively stopped people getting too technologically advanced. Some people tried to invent a balloon and got shot.
As you do.
And someone tried to invent a revolver and got shot. So they use flintlock muskets. That's in the guards in town. Most on the outside just use these like this 3D manoeuvring gear. It's like they've got these two handles. They can basically fire like grappling hooks, but they can also like load blades into them as well. So they can like sort of fire a grappling hook and they sort of swing basically. Because the big issue they've got is they're so much shorter than the Titans. And the Titans are basically they're virtually indestructible. The only place they can kill them is from the nape of the neck, and you have to remove like a metre-long piece of flesh from the back of the neck. That's the only place you can kill them. Anywhere else, they're indestructible. It's explained later why that's the case, as you find out, but I don't want to spoil it too much. So obviously you have to get up high, so that's why they saw these grappling hook things. They're like this sort of gas-powered grappling. They can so they basically swing and almost fly about. But they go to what's quite cool, which is quite a neat idea, is their swords. They get worn up really quickly, so they carry with about sort of 6 swords, and they basically lock them in. Use them up and they throw away one set, and they have like sort of like they can it's a bit like having a standing knife. You can replace the blades. So to replace the blades, they go to sort of fight their way around, and that's basically nice. Their real only way to combat is just to get sort of up close and fight. So the episode starts. The series starts where they've been behind these walls 100 years. It's all been fine, and the whole series starts where one day they're just behind these walls. These walls are about 100 metres tall, and also you start the series with the whole village just looking up, and they're just looking at the face of this Titan that's just looking over the wall at them.
Oh man.
Oops.
Yeah, so all of a sudden there's this Titan that's 100 feet tall, and a second later he kicks the door down, the gate, and then all the Titans start flooding in. Oops. And so the whole starting sort of episode is where the basically the main character, basically his little village gets completely wiped out by these Titans. When they try and take down, and then they have to retreat to like the inner walls, and they eventually lose basically the whole outer wall effectively. So people decide that's where most of the food is being produced. So they actually end up sacrificing quite a bit of people. They send them out there to reclaim the land, but in hindsight, reality it's just to try and kill them off, to try and produce the
reduce the population.
Yeah. So it
does sneaky, devilish bastards.
And it's split into like the main series as it is at the moment. They've now, because this was done in 2013, they've now 2017 did the second season, which has not been on. It's not on Netflix yet. I've been watching on Netflix. It's almost split into like 4. It's 25 episodes, but it's split into like 4 arcs. So it'll be like this is the title of this arc, part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4. So the first part is where the city gets destroyed. The next part is basically the recruits, people who escaped. This young lad, who I've completely forgotten his name of, which is good. I've watched the whole episode, I've completely forgotten his name. This young lad and this girl and this another young lad. I thought it was another girl, but it turns out it's a boy. They escape and they go and they basically end up joining their version of the military. You can join at like age 12 basically, and they put you in that fighting at age 16. They join in there. It's the next sort of middle part, them being trained up, and it's just like 3 episodes of them just going through their training, which is quite interesting. It's all nice, build our characters up, and then the next part is them trying to have another big fight, and then the final part is all like going on a retake, because this is spoiler about sort of 6-7 episodes in. The main character discovers he's what they call a Titan shifter,
right?
And he has the ability to turn into a Titan. So he can, and he has to do this. He has to like basically injure himself, and then he basically turns into just converts straight into a Titan, and then he can but he has sort of control over his form, so he knows what he's doing. He's sort of, whereas normal Titans have no intelligence, they literally just sort of wander around. And it's very disconcerting because all the main characters are just drawn like anime. The Titans are all just drawn like look like normal humans, like so it looks really weird. And they all walk around with permanent smiles on their face because they're just really happy. They're just I'm going to kill people, yay! But they have no real intelligence. They just sort of they just literally sort of like head towards the nearest social humans and go for it.
The smarter you are, the more depressed you get.
Yeah, pretty much.
You have to play the game now.
Yeah, I've heard there's a game.
Not meant to be an all-time classic.
No, I've heard. I don't know. I've been watching the anime.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you basically discover this ability, and it's basically him sort of hiding that ability. People don't really trust him, because also you've got this guy you can turn to one of the enemy, and not sure what's going on. So
Always
people
the
really,
way.
Yeah, people don't really trust him, and then pretty late on you realise he's not the only person who can do it.
Damn.
There are other people out there who can do it as well, and it's quite. The main anime doesn't go into a lot of the side, but there's a huge amount of backstory that goes with it, and I think the next part anime basically explains where the Titans came from and how they are all connected and so forth, and all those people. Oh, and don't get attached to anybody. It's like Game of Thrones, everybody died, and so many people get killed.
Damn.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm trying to create a catchphrase.
Good. Most of the main characters, there's like loads of characters you meet early on, they all get given names, fleshed out a little bit. Oh, they get eaten by a Titan.
Oh, well, what a shame.
Yeah. So,
They do that in a lot of anime.
yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Cool.
So yeah, I watched that
Well,
one.
on season 2 when it's ready.
Yes, I might go on mine and see if I can watch it elsewhere.
No, in fairness, if you've been watching it in Japanese, I know it's another subscription, but if you were to ping another like $5 a month, go to crunchyroll.com.
Yeah.
They have everything. It's there.
Yeah. What I'm
They
looking
have it
for-
as it comes out.
what I'm really interested in anime is I'm looking for like sort of, because I like that sci-fi, that Blame film we watched. I like that. Blame. I like that. I'm sort of trying to find sort of slightly serious sci-fi series. So I'm trying to sort of pick those ones up and look at them. See if I'm trying to sort of.
Space Dandy!
He won't watch Space Dandy.
Oh, why not?
There's nothing serious in Space Dandy.
Movies!
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
I watched Cowboy Bebop. I didn't get into Cowboy
Full Metal
Bebop.
Alchemist is good.
Yeah. Luckily, what with movies is that I know from previous experience, no one can hear that.
No, we
So we're just randomly saying things. No one
We're
can
looking
understand
a
what's
bit-
going. No one can understand what's going on. So the audio listeners are not going to know what's going on.
No, it's just Podwife.
Right,
Yeah.
okay. Space Dandy.
No.
Full Metal Alchemist.
No.
There you go.
Watch Full Metal Alchemist.
Well, then I might as well recommend fucking Evangelion, but he's not going to watch it.
But he
Martian
must be-
Success and Nadeshiko. Fuck.
Right.
but that's
Why
not
was that so
space
hard to
though.
say?
That's,
It is.
well, it's medieval stuff. but you're
Giant
like-
robots in space.
No, not Full Metal Alchemist.
Oh,
Right.
Okay, I'm fucking off.
Okay. Right. So yeah, that was just. I can make so I can recommend watching it. I found it enjoyable. No one else had probably understand why I was watching it, but it's fine.
Does sound a bit mental, but
It's very weird. But then that's what I always thought anime was like anyway.
yeah,
Yeah.
True.
Very weird. Right. Anything else? What news? Anything up for news?
you've got comments.
Oh,
News.
I was
Steam
gonna-
updated the wishlist page. Fuck me, it's great because now you can just find easier ways to spend money.
What's
I mean, in the best way. Everyone I mean, every fucking one can always hit Inky. So sing the Montana. See her as well. Cool.
I don't want to say you just skipped over what I've been watching, but it's,
Have you?
it's okay.
That's it. I'd
It's
say.
alright. It's
What were you
okay.
watching?
Telly.
No,
You
the
didn't
Orville.
mention this.
Orville.
Well, you see, you didn't when we spoke earlier, and I said, "What have you going for?" You mentioned Owlboy. You never mentioned anything else, so you didn't get mentally added to the show notes. You see.
I'll do it next time then, shall I?
Yeah. What? In the next 6 months?
I'll
Have we
pencil.
finished by then, Orville?
I'll pencil you in.
Have we season 2 will be done by next time I'm in?
Yeah. So you can talk about it now if you want, or we can do it next time.
I'll do it briefly. Because, right, that's on Sky now, which is this guy's favourite way of watching anything. And the first episode, you think it's going to be, the whole thing's going to be like a spoof. And I was a bit... I
Once,
wasn't...
but looking at the screenshots from it, it does look like a spoof.
Yeah, and I kind of thought, well, I'll keep watching this, but I'm not holding out a lot of hope. But it kind of gets better with every episode, and sort of the third, fourth episodes, there's still jokes in there, and they still poke a bit of fun at the seriousness of Star Trek and sort of that kind of thing. But it really is a love letter to the sort of Next Generation, because Seth MacFarlane, who created it, is a massive Star Trek Next Generation in particular fan. He did a whole thing on the special features of the Blu-ray, like of a round table of discussing all the episodes and his favourites, and he knew more about the episodes than the guys who created it. And so he's sort of taken...
That's a bit scary, really.
Yeah, he's
been reading all the fan fiction.
You see, that's like Pratchett. Pratchett used to have a group of people. He used to call, if he had a question like how long does it take to walk from this part of Morport to another part, he used to just ring up one of his super fans, ask him the question.
That's like
he was big time like that.
What's his fucking name? Oh, Stephen Briggs used to read him. He used to talk to him about how much food would they need and all these random statistics.
Yeah,
anyway.
But yeah, so there's a lot. The episodes are very much structured like Next Generation. You'll have an episode where a couple of crew members will go off on a mission or like on a holiday somewhere, and their shuttle will crash on a planet on the way. That kind of happened a lot in sort of Next Generation and Star Trek. That sort of episode where they would go off somewhere and something bad would happen.
God damn it.
Yeah, not a good end for her. And there's episodes where they find really odd planets or ships with really strange goings on.
Have they had an episode where all the crew are actually strangely, except for one member of the crew, and everybody thinks they're mad, but in actual fact they're right?
Yes.
They
have had one very similar to that.
Have they had an episode where the one member of the crew gets took over by a telepathic alien?
Something similar.
Yeah.
Very similar kind of idea
That's
to
a
that.
Star Trek plot done.
Starring Rob Lowe, that one.
Does one of the main characters really into jazz music for no apparent reason?
I think one of them is really into Kermit the Frog. But not jazz.
It's
not jazz
not
music
quite
yet.
Star Trek,
not quite yet, but yeah, still plenty of time. And there's been some really good guest stars as well. There's an episode where Charlize Theron plays this woman from the future. I'm giving away this episode, but I figured I might as well spoil one of them. And she comes back and...
Spoiler alert!
Yeah, spoiler alert on this one, but that's okay. The Orville was destroyed in the original history, and she goes back in time and steers it through the anomaly that destroyed it, so that in the future she can sell it because the Orville became like a big collector's item in the future, and she...
How become a collector's item if it got destroyed?
Well, because in the future she can go back and save it. It became like this famous ship that lost all its souls, and she went back to make sure it never died.
But if its souls, it would never become famous.
Yeah. So it just becomes a generic ship. That's a paradox right there. She's completely rewritten history.
Yeah, I suppose so, but that does delve into the paradox caused by that kind of thing. Things do happen that weren't supposed to happen because of it.
So the question is, would she have then erased herself from existence?
That does become an issue in it.
Well,
yeah, they do kind of deal with that kind of thing.
Fucking time travel.
There's an episode where
it never ends well, does it?
No, time travel's no. There's one where they become exhibits in a zoo, which is a very Star Trek-y kind of thing.
Yeah.
They become an alien zoo, and they collect all these creatures so people can come and look at them. The way they solve that is very funny, but for the most part, they take it fairly seriously.
What you're saying is the Orville has done a better job of Star Trek than Star Trek Discovery.
Well, that's
what you're saying. That's why I tell you're taking from it as well. So that's why, that's what we've agreed. So Orville, if you want to watch the next Star Trek film, watch the Orville.
I was going to talk about Discovery because I think it's absolutely fantastic after episode 3 kicked
in. It's absolutely fantastic.
Now it's finished.
I love it. I know.
As the credits roll in the final episode. And there will be no season 2.
No. That's on the way, I'm afraid. Episode 3 onwards, I really did enjoy it.
No.
But Orville is much more Star Trek-y than Discovery. Liam Neeson's in it brief as well. Big Liam Neeson fan.
Cool.
And yeah, if you enjoyed Next Generation, you watch Orville because you'll love it.
Cool. We've had comments, and again related to TV. Someone said it was apparently Red Dwarf, 30 years of Red Dwarf the other day.
Yep.
Oh,
yeah. Because I thought it started in 86, apparently it never started in 88. So, Red Dwarf's turned 30. Yay!
Oh,
I did love that show, so. Yeah.
Now we feel even older.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, 30
years. We're out watching that and waiting for the next series. Oh, there's another series. Oh, it's back again. And, yeah. First 6 series, really good. Series 7, not great.
Series 7.
Series 7 was when Oh, which one left?
Which
There's
is
Rob
one
Grant. It was
There's
Rob
one there in
Grant.
prison, isn't there?
Rob Grant Series 8.
Mm.
Yeah, Rob Grant, Doug Naylor. I think Rob Grant left this partnership. I think Doug Naylor. And Doug Naylor tended to do the sci-fi stuff, and Rob Grant tended to do the humour. And it tells Series 7 the humour was not quite what it was, and it's filmed completely. It was filmed like it was done like rather than sort of on like videotape style. It was done like sort of movie style, so it's completely filmed with cinematography and yeah, it didn't.
I don't remember.
They got and also when Rimmer left as well.
Yeah.
Lost Rimmer in season 7.
They brought back that woman, didn't they?
Katansky.
Yeah.
And then they brought. Then season 8, he got another new writing partner, and it was a lot.
Was that
better.
the one where Rimmer goes to become Ace Rimmer?
Yes.
Yeah.
And season
Sounds like Kibbers.
season 8's when the one within the prison where Rimmer comes back, but he's actually alive
Yeah.
rather than a hologram. And that was a lot better
Because the big thing comes back, doesn't it? The whole Red Dwarf ship returns. Yeah.
It gets rebuilt by nanobots.
Yeah.
Rebuilt it all up and then comes back.
Prime nanobots.
So, prime nanobots. Yeah, who abandoned him and they rebuilt.
Because they thought it was fucking useless.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Then season 9 was the Back to Earth sort of special done for Dave, which was
hit and miss.
Hit and miss. Yeah.
I watched that one.
It was okay. It had the basic storyline is Red Dwarf crew find themselves on modern day Earth, and they find that there's actually a TV series called Red Dwarf, but they are the people from and this bit where because
I might have seen it.
And Dave Lister, Craig Charles at that point in time was on Coronation Street. So Dave Lister goes to Coronation Street to make Craig Charles.
Yeah.
That's quite sort of interesting.
I like the ending to that one. What actually turned out it was caused all that.
Yeah.
That was a really good twist. Brought it back to the original.
They
the
tied back
seasons.
to like season 4. Tied back to season 4 or 5. It tied all back
which
to.
was nice.
Chancey's gone. They got she's disappeared.
Yeah.
Then there was season 10, which was the Dave season,
Yeah.
which was that was very hit and miss as well, but it wasn't actually that bad.
I saw some of that. Was that the one where they went to meet Jesus or something?
I can't remember. I only watched. I watched about 4 of the 6 episodes.
Because that really funny gag where where they were sitting at a table in Bethlehem somewhere, and he all of a sudden said, "Oh, Jesus Christ!" and the guy behind him said, "Yeah," which I thought was quite a nice joke.
Yeah.
That was the last one I saw. The last season I saw.
I watched that, and the first episode was like pre-meh. The Never one episode was actually having the most funniest bits in it, where Dave, because obviously Dave this is his own father.
Yeah.
He decides to do some Father's Day card, but then he decides his son's not done very much. He just does tough love, and basically he records a message to himself because he always forgets the next day. So he records a message to himself. At the very end, he sort of tells him that about his guitar, and he says, "If you don't do this, I'll throw your guitar out the airlock," to himself. And then he sort of, the real guy goes, "Well, my cousin goes pick it up," and he picks up actually a cardboard prop. And there's the point. He's actually thrown up the airlock already. That was I can't do that justice. You have to watch the sequence that does it very well.
Yeah.
Had some rather fun. I mean, they did have an ongoing running gag, which was pretty shit in it, about the vending machine. It was an awful one. It wasn't very funny when the first time they did it, and then it just carried on and on and on and on. But the whole episode didn't work. But that was a bit hit and miss. But it was okay. But it's nowhere near the heydays of. No, it doesn't help that God they all look ancient now.
Yeah, they do look old.
They really, really ancient.
Yeah, but come on, that was fucking ancient.
I know, but
that seemed to affect sitcom for some reason when the guys start looking really old. It happened to Only Fools and Horses when that got to the last sort of bits. That sort of affects it for some reason when they start looking well old. Yeah,
because I can't remember if they actually chronologically in Red Dwarf if that is actually set that many years later on. Because if it is, you can sort of get away with it a little bit. But if it's meant to be sort of like directly on, then obviously it's not going to work because they've suddenly gone older. But because I think they're now doing another season.
I think it's been said, that there's another one on the way.
So
please just let it die.
Yeah. But part of me likes to go, I'll watch it again.
Have you failed for Red Dwarf?
I'd be happy to watch Red Dwarf again, but they don't have to keep making more.
No. They just need to actually end it. Because it was meant to end in season 6. I think it was in season 5. 6? That was the.
What was the one where Rimmer kicks Death in the bollocks?
That's season 8.
Oh, that's the prison one. That's
season 6.
That's season 8's end, like the last scene.
Yeah, it's the very last scene.
Series.
Yeah, he kicks Death in the balls and goes, "Remember, only the good die young." Season 6 is where they meet their future selves. They're going to fight with their future selves. They sort of like find a time machine, and they end up getting killed by their future selves at the end.
Oh,
But I think in the original, perhaps it was like season 3 actually. They meant to the original idea was that they were going to get back to Earth, but as they get back to Earth, they're travelling too fast, and Red Dwarf. There's a human race still there. Red Dwarf goes so fast it hits the Earth and actually causes an extinction event. And apparently, the last scene was them all be getting off Red Dwarf and just sort of looking around the toes go. So I'm like, oh, smeg. Was like the last scene.
I love that time travel one because they go back to the 1600s, but they're still in deep space.
Yeah.
They're all in the 1600s, but they're in like the deep.
They haven't actually moved. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my favourite scene though, the one that always cracks me up is Crichton switched to red alert. Are you sure, sir? It does mean changing the bulb.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, I love that.
That was brilliant. Yeah.
1600s, but deep space.
I need to rewatch that.
Yeah.
So news just in. I've got my Red Dwarf glasses on in my hands. Excellent. Oh, Gun of the Apocalypse was amazing. Yes, that was the Wild West one.
Yeah.
That got voted like the best episode they did. It's like a Red Dwarf. You know, BC used to like these Red Dwarf, these knights, and they Red Dwarf, and that got voted like as the best episode they did.
I love the JFK one where they see a dead person, a dead homeless man. Later on, they're eating, and Crichton says, "You remember that dead person we were seeing?" Because he said, "Well, this is tasty." He said, "Yeah, it's him." And they're all eating.
Yeah. Well, that's because
they realised
they moved his compassion chip or something, or motion.
Yeah, something like that.
Basically, moved his ability to realise that was not a good thing to do.
Yeah,
that was season 7. That's the first episode of season 7.
I like that one. Yeah, that was funny.
Cool. Right, now on to news.
Yeah.
That was you, Steam wish
That was
list.
your cue. Wish list.
Well, I've already said it out loud.
Yeah, but we didn't catch it, so.
Oh, for God's sake. Right, news. The only thing noteworthy of last week. For Chinese New Year, Valve revamped Steam's wish list, so now you can search it better.
Yay!
That's an improvement, not a...
You can filter. You can actually filter through it. So because before you would literally add games to your wish list, and it would be you could order them yourself, or you could order them by price or alphabetically.
Yeah.
You couldn't.
And rating, I think as well. You could as well.
Oh, I don't know if you don't like rating, but and then it was. But now you can say right. Is it on sale? If it is on sale, how much is it on sale by?
That's a good idea.
You can do it by rating, your own ranking, price, platform, and just other stuff. Because for me, because I game on multiple platforms, even though my main platform is Linux, it was awkward because I was wishlisting games for Linux that I kind of like the look of. And I was like, oh, you'd then get the email saying, oh yeah, XYZ games are on sale. Okay, so you press the button. Where? Or my phone would go, hey, fucking, some games are on sale, some games on your wish list are on sale. So you press the button on your phone. Where? Which ones? Thanks. Yeah. Like, how am I supposed to know this? So now I can literally say, right, filter games that are currently on sale, SteamOS compatible, and then it'll just shrink my list down to whatever. I can actually categorise it and find things easier. Valve have made it much easier for me to spend money.
That's good of them, isn't it?
It's good of Valve to do that.
Yeah.
Valve are very good at doing that, making things easier to spend money.
Seems like
It's amazing. It's actually you said it. It's amazing how many people who have digital platforms are very good at making things hard to spend money. It's amazing that the main revenue they still make it very hard. But Valve have realised that if you make it easy, people buy more things.
Yep.
They just follow EA and their Origin thing.
God.
Sorry.
Mind about. I used to hate Steam when it first came out, but then when I had kids,
I think a lot of people. When Steam, the idea of first Steam came, because obviously when the thing that launched was Half-Life 2, you had to have Steam because it was basically linked up to the Steam account. You had to have it.
Yes,
and everyone's like
Counter-Strike when it comes
everyone's like, how stupid is this idea? You have to have an online connection and so forth, and what a ridiculous idea, and we don't need this. We've always made do without it. But Steam's solution to it was to become a good platform.
Yep.
That was their way of getting around it. People hated it. Well, let's just make sure we're decent. Because I mean, early Steam was literally just games and nothing else on it. It had a screen and a minor shop. I think the very earliest version, you literally add stuff to it by Steam cards. I don't think there was a shop on the earliest version of Steam.
I don't remember that far back.
Yeah,
I just remember I wanted to play Counter-Strike, and I couldn't unless I had a Steam account.
Yeah.
And the Steam account I have now is actually my second Steam account.
I'm on my third.
Because I can't for the life of me remember what my actual first Steam account was.
Yeah, I did consider actually trying to refund my original Steam account.
That was my Xbox Live. There's still a Middlemeister out there somewhere, but I had to use Middlemeister 83 when I briefly had an Xbox One.
Yeah, you see, I had that issue of Xbox Live, that I had a SteamOS account for Xbox Live, but damn if I can find it, damn if I can find it, get into it, and now Xbox Live is gone. It's not as matter anymore. It's no point now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I could, because when I got Cause of GTA, even on Steam, used to connect up to Xbox.
Yeah.
Not Xbox. Windows
Games
Live.
for Windows
Windows
Live.
Live.
Yeah.
Fuck, that's dead.
Shamefully not entirely dead, because some games still ask for it.
Yeah, but the game for itself is.
They got a lot of hate, didn't they? They used to gaming for Windows or whatever on the box, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Games for Windows.
Games for Windows on the box, and people didn't like that.
No, we didn't like it.
I never knew because I didn't play them, but I had a lot of hate for that.
It was an awful, awful system.
Yeah.
It was an awful system trying to get. Oh, it was. I know it was. It was. It was broken. It was broken very serious. Fallout, for example, tried to load Fallout 3, which had Games with Live support, so you had to sign to Games with Live to make it work. Sign into it. Fallout needs to update. Okay, update it. Fallout needs to update. Okay, update it again. Fallout needs to update.
Oh,
yeah, update again. So then I got on the actual website and download the latest patch and install it myself. Fallout needs to update.
Oh no.
Right, for God's sake, okay. I don't know what to do. I'm going to go download the latest patch for Games for Windows Live. Yep, running Fallout now. So it was Games for Windows Live was broken, but it assumed Fallout was broken.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that used to happen a lot.
Oh, man.
Oh, by the way, you're not signed into Games for Windows Live. You can't save.
Oh yeah, God,
nice.
yeah, that was you had to be online to save. That was ridiculous.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, there was no. I don't think there was. I think for a long time there's no offline mode either. This Steam's gone offline
That's
mode.
rubbish.
Absolutely ridiculous. It was a horrible software. And I remember when they first went, they tried to charge for it as well.
Actually, I don't remember them charging.
I
know that they're in talks of charging.
It didn't only last about 9 months or so, 6-9 months. It didn't last very long. But yeah, they wanted you to basically to play some games online. They wanted you to have
because that was for Halo 2, wasn't it?
I can't remember what's for.
I'm sure they wanted people to have an Xbox Live subscription for Halo 2 on PC.
Yeah,
but no one
wanted something about that.
No one did. Everybody just said, "Well, I'll just play. I won't bother. I'll just get the patches, the third-party patches I need to play without it."
Yeah,
because everybody's like, everybody couldn't get the idea. They didn't realise. They thought they couldn't get it through their head that when you're trying to get. With console gamers, they never really had much of it, apart from Dreamcast. There wasn't really much online support for console before Games with Live came out. So you get away with charging for it, because in there before, but PC gamers, they've been playing online for decades.
Yeah.
Prior to that coming out.
Dialing into my mate's house.
Yeah. So all of a sudden this comes up and it's like, you're going to charge for it now. And people are like, no, we're not. We've done this for years without it.
That's what made me chuckle when you talk to the youngs of today, the young sprouts who have no idea. And they're like, wait, you don't pay to play online? It's like, nope, never have. And they're like, why? PC. You don't have to pay. Never have. It's like, there used to be a time where multiplayer used to mean you sat next to the person you were playing with.
Yeah.
We didn't always have online multiplayer. Didn't always have DLC. Wasn't always a subscription service.
And that was really normal. I can understand them charging for if their servers were hosting the games, but a lot of the time it wasn't. It was another machine hosting the games. So all they had to do was a matchmaking service, which they were doing anyway. But the charging for it was just that died of death.
EA shut down a fair few games. And a few other.
Fair few game studios as well,
fucking
Westwood, wasn't it? Was a Command and
Touch
Conquer.
of Death.
Yeah.
EA.
I remember.
They're killing BioWare slowly.
Yeah.
I thought that was already fucking long dead.
I think it all depends on Anthem, doesn't it, for BioWare's future?
But I mean, oh, it's ridiculous. Fucking awful. I remember PC Gamer, an actual games magazine, actually said one issue. Said, right, we've had enough of Games Winners Live. We're actively going to tell you, do not buy Games Winners Live. They actually said it in every review. This issue's Game Winners Live. We strongly advise you not to buy this game.
Yeah, and I can understand that because it was fucking awful.
Yeah, they actually actively went it, and they made a point whenever they interviewed people, and they asked them, one of the questions would be, have you got Games Winners Live support? If so, why? Everybody hates it. Why have you put it in there? And they actually started putting it in there, pushing it, and so forth. And yeah, I was quite pleased they actually decided to take a stand on that one.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Talk with your wallet.
Yes.
You know, vote with your fucking wallet. Do not. If a company does something you don't like, don't go, yeah, but I need. It's like, no, you don't. Just don't. And then don't pay them anything. Don't give them any money, and then they'll stop doing the thing that you don't like because they're not getting any money anymore.
Yeah.
It's amazing what companies will do for money.
Yeah. Got EA with Battlefront 2.
Although there's now talks are going to be introduced.
Yeah, they'll get it back in eventually. Yeah.
If people had have been smart and actually just, not bought the game.
A lot of people didn't though. All the first one with the shells full. There was one black.
But it didn't last.
No,
not really.
It didn't last. We waited until it said, "Oh yeah, they've taken it away for a couple months." Yeah, we won, and then everyone rushes out and buys it.
You won the battle, you haven't won the war.
Exactly, but people are weak.
Yeah,
they're fucking weak. Still haven't gone to Humble Bundle.
No.
Fucking.
Fair enough.
Be strong, people.
Right. So, anything else from anybody?
Nope.
New.
Cool. Just in comments. Does anyone want some toast?
Yes.
That's bad. Yes,
I got
we
a
do.
sore throat,
Yeah.
so they've none for me, thanks.
Oh, toast is the best thing for sore throat. Have dry toast because it's all great, sitting nice and clean for you.
I'd like the original recipe to
Sure,
Iron
that's-
Brew, please.
Yeah.
We're up Iron so what if you fucked up my Iron Brew recipe? What the fuck are you fucking thinking, you fucking Scottish fucking idiots?
Can you just add more sugar to the bottle?
That's got aspartame in it. It's got taste fucked up.
Oh.
They've actually changed. They've changed
Yeah.
the recipe to try and.
Of course, yeah. The old sweetener type
The
stuff.
the annoying trick is if you're using it for a sugar kick. Now they've halved the sugar. You haven't fixed anything, but people are just going to drink more to get the sugar kick.
Just do what I do, take left.
Yeah. Good choice. Good choice. I
I
mean, I figured out.
we'll speak in the office next.
I figured out I consumed more sugar through drinking tea in a day than I ever have in Iron Brew.
Yeah.
I don't seem to see them trying to stop me from buying big ass bags of sugar though.
No, take my old, so I'll keep going.
The silver spoon conspiracy, you see.
Took me years to realise Tate Gallery is named after the Tate from Tate and Lyle.
Is that true?
Yeah, that is. I didn't know that for a long time, but that is that Tate that it's named after. Or
I thought
for.
Tay was slang for shit.
No, that's Tate, not Tate.
Yeah, but have you seen most of the things that go in the Tate Gallery?
Yeah, it's all shit.
Tate Modern, not so much Tate
Oh,
Gallery. Tate Modern, that's the fair point, but not Tate.
It's all
the
shit.
I always laugh that you should put a new art,
I like Starry Night.
new art installation. Because
Yeah.
you install a boiler, you install software, but you also have an art installation.
Mhm.
I want to uninstall my art, please.
Yeah.
And I always laugh because they usually put one in, then usually something happens to it, they have to close it.
Yeah.
Like that, there's rice granules.
They've got the latest update to uninstall it.
Yeah, they have this rice.
Just run sudo shred on it and the
They
whole
have
thing's
they have
gone.
these rice granules, and apparently they fill like an entire hall.
I remember
And
that.
they're,
Yeah.
they're clay
Chinese
rice
fella.
granules. They've been painted, and they apparently I think they had like someone's names on every single one.
Something like that. Yeah.
But then they discovered that the paint that was used was lead based.
Oh, jeez.
So they had to close it down, or a special. So they had to down because the amount of dust being generated was like poisoning people, going to poison people.
Well, that's good because people chose to go to Tate Modern. They deserved it.
To be fair, lead poisoning, if it is lead poisoning, it just makes your brain go fuddled. So we wouldn't know there's a difference.
It's their own fault.
Yeah,
What would Tate Modern visitors?
Yeah, they deserved it.
No.
yeah.
That's what you get for going to Tate Modern.
Easy, sir. The Scottish slagging. I'm not saying Scotland. I'm just saying Ironbury, which is based in Scotland.
But
Yeah, Scotland is pretty rough now.
there fucking will be now you took away their Iron Brew.
Yeah.
They'll be up in arms about that one.
More Glasgow kisses than ever.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe they did it. They actually buckled to it, even though they had 2 lower sugar drinks on the market.
Yeah.
Well,
Stupid.
tough titties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
They
not
are.
buying it anymore.
Rando's discussing the big issues of the day: sugar and iron brew.
Well,
It's
sugar and
It's been
cheddar.
on the news in the last month or so. The whole sugar tax thing.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous. Government, piss off. I'll choose what I want to eat. I don't need you to tell me it's unhealthy, I know that. I have common sense. What's more healthy? Carrots or a Big Mac?
At least we can look at America and say, it could be worse.
Yeah.
We're not American. We can figure this shit out. Well, we are little America, but we're not all the way there yet.
How dare you?
That's fucking fact.
I'm reasonably intelligent.
Yeah, but there's a McDonald's every 10 miles.
Go back a few, you know,
Minutes.
yeah, a few minutes ago. What was it? Blair's Labour, there you go. From then onwards, we've been little America. Just deal with it.
We were so hopeful back then.
We're
as
America
well.
Junior.
So
America,
So hopeful.
you know, that's just the way it is. It's not that we're eating more portions. Well, we are. Fucking hell, man. If you look at our town, we've got coffee shops every 3 fucking feet. Fuck that too.
Yeah. I was amazed when I walked to town like a couple months ago and I found we had a Starbucks and they're like, I didn't know we
Like
had
a
that.
Starbucks and 12
Yeah.
Costas on the same fucking street.
Yeah.
And so it goes Starbucks, Costa, Subway, Costa, Nail Salon, Starbucks,
Charity
Starbucks.
charity shop.
Yeah, fucking charity shop, tattoo parlour, Starbucks. It's like, where are the actual shops at? It's like,
W. Smith's is still there.
that's the only thing that's
They
still
got
there.
B&M. They got a game.
What did you chose?
Game still exists.
It's fucking
Barely.
empty.
I haven't even been in there myself for a long time.
Actually, I went to a game in Norwich and I was shocked. They had more than one shelf for PC games. It was amazing.
Yeah,
Actually,
every single one of them was just an empty case with a Steam code.
Yeah, they had an actual corner of PC. I was amazed. Like, wow, you've actually got selections, and they weren't like what you normally get on the PC game shelf in the game store, which is like the chess programs. And so they were actual proper games. I was amazed.
No driving test simulator thing.
Yeah. Theory test books. I was amazed. That they've actually got actual games.
Groovy. Midtown Madness.
Yeah.
That was surprisingly fun, actually.
Yeah, but it's a bit old.
Yeah.
Right then, shall we end?
Yeah,
Cool.
why not?
Well, thank you very much, Roger. I've been the SteamOS.
I've been in the Middlemeister now.
We'll see you in a fortnight's time.
6 months, I'll see you then.
Yeah.
After you come back from rehab.
Yeah, I've got to go back. Second stint, but
Yeah.
I'm going to be there this time.
But they mentioned you do look very lanky, so it does explain, very gaunt in the face, so it doesn't explain that.
Where's hurt, Nicholas?
So who's that?
Oh dear.
Mr. Ram, sorry.
Yeah. See you. So yeah, see you everybody, boys. See you later, boys.
He's gone brain dead like me.
Yeah.
What's the words that I was looking for?
Yeah. Bye bye.
Bye.